Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at and installing the Axial Halo LED fog lights for 2005 to 2009 GT Mustangs. These are fog lights that will upgrade you to LED lighting, and they also have a halo accent ring in them just for a little bit of extra styling. The LED lights are bright white. The fog lights themselves are 800 lumens, while the halos are 900 lumens. They have a clear lens with a chrome housing on them. They're also going to come with pre-wired ballast and a separate wiring harness as well. They cost about $180, and I'll call the install a 1 out of 3 wrenches in the difficulty meter. There's a little bit of wiring involved, but we'll go ahead and show you how to get these installed now. For this install, we used a 3/8 drive impact gun, a short extension, a 7mm socket, a flathead screwdriver, a pair of wire strippers and crimpers, and a test light. So for the first step of the install, you'll pop your hood. Then you'll have a rad cover here. Now, we don't have it on this car, but most of you guys are gonna have a rad cover. There'll be 6 push pins holding it in place. You're gonna wanna go ahead, remove the 6 push pins, and then pull the cover off. The next step, which is where we're gonna pick up right now, you'll need a flathead screwdriver for. There are 2 clips on either side that are holding this in place, so we're gonna release the clips and then pull the grill out, and that's gonna give us access to our factory fog lights here. So there are 2 tabs on each side of the grill. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the flathead screwdriver. I'll push the tab in, get it to release. I'll go down to the lower tab, we'll do the same thing. I'll push the tab. Now that one's released as well. I'm gonna go over to the other side and do the same thing. All right, so I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I'll use the flathead screwdriver to push the tab, and then I'll pull back on the grill and get it to release. Do the lower tab as well. So our grill just released from the bumper. I will say that there are 3 tabs along the bottom side of this grill that you guys might have to release if yours doesn't work like ours did. Just be aware that there are these 3 tabs in the bottom. You can pop those out with your flathead screwdriver as well. From here we can go ahead and disconnect our factory fog lights. What we're going to do is we're going to push down on the pin on the electrical connection, we'll pull back, and the tab will release. So same thing here, we'll push down on the tab, pull back, and our connection will release. At this point, we have the factory grill removed with our fog lights in place. If I spin this around, you guys can see that our fog light mounts are held in place by 4 7mm bolts. We're gonna go ahead and remove those on each side. So with all the bolts removed, you can go ahead and remove the fog light with the mount. So we'll do the same thing for the other fog light. We're gonna save our hardware and reuse it. And remove this fog light as well. All right, now we're gonna grab one of our new fog lights, and I will say that these are side specific. So if you take a look right here real quick, you'll see that the mounting locations on each side are a little bit different. They're not exactly the same on both sides. So you're gonna wanna make sure that you have the correct side. So we are going to get this lined up. Like I said, we're gonna be reusing our factory hardware. And I am going to use my impact gun to tighten these down, but I do have it turned down a little bit because I am putting hardware into plastic, so you don't want to over tighten these and crack the plastic. Okay, now I'll grab the other fog light and install that as well. Once again, you'll know you have the correct side as long as all of your mounting points line up. All right, now I'll tighten these down. The next step is going to be to mount your ballast. Now, a couple things to talk about the ballast. Keep in mind that they get very hot, so you don't want to mount these to anything plastic. You do want to mount them to the frame of the car, and you want to keep them away from anything that can be damaged by the heat that these things might produce. The other thing is, I kind of want to mount these ballasts with this plug pointing towards the top, because this is the plug that's going to plug into the back of your new LED fog lights. these plugs down here, this one right here is gonna plug into your factory harness, and then we'll have another harness to plug this into. So these can be pointing down towards the bottom of the car. The other thing, you can mount these using zip ties like we're gonna do, or you can use self-tapping screws in these holes right here. All right, so we're gonna mount these on the frame right here using a zip tie. Once again, I have my light gray plug facing towards the top, so I can plug that into the back of the fog light when the grille is reinstalled, and I have these connections down here. Now this one right here is gonna plug into our factory fog light harness, so we're gonna go ahead and just plug that in now. And then we'll go over to the other side and mount the other ballast. And we'll mount our other ballast. Once again, keep in mind that if you are gonna use zip ties, that these do get hot. So you're gonna wanna keep an eye on how you use the zip tie to mount them, as well as how the zip ties hold up. Okay, now we'll take this plug right here, plug it into our factory harness. And now we're gonna grab the harness that they give us for these connections. Next, we have to wire the supplied wiring harness. So there are a couple ends here. These two ends right here on the supplied wiring harness, they're gonna plug into your ballast. Then you have a yellow wire right here, which needs to be plugged into your headlight wire. So that's going to be a white wire. You can trace it from the back of your headlight plug if you need to. We trace it up to this location right here. It's just a white wire in your wiring harness. The worst part about this is probably actually going to be running the harness, because I'm going to run the harness in a way that you won't really be able to see it when you pop the hood, because I like things that are tucked and out of eyesight. The other thing is you have to make sure you have enough room to do all of this and to wire it this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start down here. I'm going to plug into my ballast, then I'm going to run this wire up towards the battery. All right, so we'll take the far side, we'll plug into the ballast here. I'm just going to leave everything out for now until I make sure that it all works. Then I'll plug this side into the ballast here. I'll take my yellow and my red wire. I'm going to run them up through here. So with the harness all ran and everything pretty much ready to go, I have the yellow wire here, which I said is gonna connect into our factory harness. We're gonna connect that into the white wire here. Basically what I did is I started over at the headlight, I traced the white wire back, I found a spot here where I can connect in with my yellow wire and still reach the battery at the same time. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take a spade connector. I have this end of the wire stripped. I'll attach my spade connector and then use a vampire clip to tap into my white wire here. Now I'm gonna crimp the spade connector. Now I'm going to take the spade connector, I'm going to plug it into the vampire clip. Take the vampire clip, tap into our headlight wire. And for right now, I'm going to leave all of these wires exposed because what I want to do is I want to test the fog lights prior to really hiding any of these. All right, guys, so before we go ahead with this red wire, what we need to do with the red wire is actually connect it into our running light. So the red wire comes with this end right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this end off. I'm going to strip a little bit of this wire back. I have a spade connector and vampire clip that I'm going to use to connect into the power for my running light. So I'm going to go ahead, cut this end of the wire off, use my wire strippers, strip some of the wire off. I'm going to twist this together, take my spade connector, now I'll crimp it. All right guys, so this is the running light plug that I'm gonna tap into, and if you're looking at the plug, the terminal on the left is the one that has power for our running light. I used a test light. You guys can use a test light as well just to make sure you're tapping into the correct location. All right, so we'll take our vampire clip, clip it around our running light wire, clip it shut, plug in our spade connector, and then plug our running light back in. The next thing I'm going to do is actually test these fog lights before I go back and hide any of my wiring and before I completely reinstall the grille. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug these in. I'll make sure that the halos work and the fog lights are working properly. Then I'll go ahead, hide all of my wires, and then reinstall the grille. So our light test worked out, meaning that the halos come on when the running lights are on and the halos switch off when the fog lights come on. So I'm gonna go ahead, leave everything plugged in. I hit all of the wiring. Now I'm just gonna snap my grille back into place. You guys will replace your rad cover and that's gonna finish the install. So we're just gonna get the grille lined up. Gonna press it back into place. Remember you have the 3 clips on the bottom. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up this review and install. Keep in mind, you can always check these fog lights out more online right here at AmericanMuscle.com.